The lug is from some gas station we stopped at when we vacationed. Helen bought it because she thought the logo was honey. She's been gone 6 years. The mug is still here. I've been retired 3 years. Before I stopped working, I had a number in my head. What I needed. What the bath said I could spend each month without touching the principal. I ran that calculation so many times it felt like something I'd owned. A plan I'd earned the right to trust. The principal is touched now. I want to say I'm not angry. And most mornings, I'm not. But there's something that settles in your chest when you realize the thing you told yourself was temporary has become the arrangement. And you're the one who agreed to it. Every time. I worked for a company that made industrial parts. 41 years. Nothing you'd tell a story about at a dinner party, but I was reliable, and they knew it, and that was enough. Saturday mornings, when Marcus was a teenager, we used to go to the hardware store. Not for any particular reasons. We almost never had a project. We just walked the aisles. He'd pick things up, ask what they were for. He asked better questions than he had answers for, eventually. He was a good kid. Not the way people say it when they name things turned out fine despite everything. Genuinely good. Curious. Funny when he wanted to be. When his mother died, he drove 8 hours without being asked. When he told me he was buying his first house, I felt something I don't have a clean word for. It wasn't just pride. It was more like recognition. Like watching something you'd been part of become its own thing. The money he needed for the down payment was more than I'd planned on giving. But I had it. And saying yes felt like the most obvious thing in the world. The second time he called, I was making dinner. He said it wasn't a big deal. The business had a slow month. He'd put it back before I noticed it was gone. His voice was steady. He meant it. He always means it in the moment. I said yes. The third time, he touched it instead of called. The amount was smaller. Maybe that's why you don't call for a smaller number. By then, I'd started thinking of it as a line of credit. His, apparently, instead of what it actually was. Of the sum I'd spent 4 decades building so I wouldn't have to depend on anyone for anything. He got a new truck. I saw it in a photo on his phone when we had dinner at his place in March. He didn't mention it. I didn't ask. We talked about the Phillies. I helped clear the table. The fourth time, I didn't say yes right away. There was a pause, and maybe 4 seconds. I could hear him deciding whether to push or wait me out. He waited. I said yes. After I hung up, I sat in the garage with the door up for about 20 minutes, not working on anything, just watching the end of the street in the afternoon light. That was the first time I understood that it wasn't going to stop. Not because he was cruel, he wasn't, but because nothing had made it stop yet. And I was still the one who could make it stop, and I kept not doing that. My birthday is October 14th. I've never paid much of it, never needed to. Helen always had a reason to come home for dinner. Since she's been gone, and I've kept the day low. Last October, Marcus texted me on the 15th. Not the 14th. The 15th, around noon. Hey, Dad, sorry, crazy week. Happy belated. You good? I read it standing in the driveway. I went inside and made a sandwich and ate it at the counter. Then I picked up the food and scrolled up the thread. The 3 messages above his birthday text were all about money. The amounts were right there, in the same font, the same color. I typed, "All good, thanks," and hit send. Then I put the phone in my shirt pocket and went to rake the leaves. Here's what I wish someone had said to me before I'd gotten into the habit of saying yes. That money isn't spare. It's the result of every morning you got up when you didn't feel like it, every raise you didn't spend, every year you told yourself, not yet, not yet, not yet. You didn't save it to be a good father. You saved it to be a free man. Those are not the same thing. You can be both. But when they start peering against each other, and you always choose one, you end up with less of the other than you can afford at this age. There's also this. When you cover someone's emergencies long enough, they stop treating their life like one. The problem never gets solved. It just gets deferred on your time, your saving, your years. Your retirement isn't a rescue fund. Knowing that doesn't make you selfish. It makes you honest about what the thing actually is and what it cost you to get here. This morning I made coffee. Sun mug. Check the number again. It's smaller than it should be. That's true, and it won't change today. But I'm still here. And somewhere in a drawer in this house, there's a list I made the last year before I stopped working. Places I wanted to go, things I wanted to do, none of them expensive, all of them mine. I haven't opened that drawer in a while. Maybe today I will. There's something sitting in your life right now. Not a plan, not a wish, just a thing that was always supposed to be yours. When you finally had the time. Something you'd keep stepping around. When did you last actually look at it?